Today, we're at the Military Museum in West Haven, Connecticut. The museum houses a huge variety of historical artifacts spanning over 250 years, from the Revolutionary War to the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. It's a great place to bring the family and get a feeling for the sacrifices our military men and women have made over the course of American history. Okay, here we are at the West Haven Veterans Museum and Learning Center in West Haven, Connecticut. It's a great museum, and we are going to do a little tour of the museum. It's not too far from downtown West Haven. It's right next to the train station, the West Haven train station, which is right here. So if you're coming from New York or any other place and you want to come to it by train, it's very, very simple and convenient. And let's go in and say hello to the guys. They request donations. It's free to enter, and right now they are requiring masks. There are a lot of elderly veterans who come here to work here and also to visit, so the masks are important. And we'll just come right in here, and this is the entrance. All right, this is the entrance. I can kind of walk around a little bit. Shows a few things around here. There's a little store here, so you could buy some things. Oh, that's a nice Marine hat. Okay, I might come back for that. Okay, I could always use another Marine hat. Why not? Okay, and this gentleman is Frank?
Frank Chasney.
Frank Chasney, and you're a director here of some kind?
I'm the president of the museum.
The president of the museum. Okay, great, Frank. And Frank's going to give us a little tour of the museum. All right.
Okay. We start here in this room, and I'll make this a fast tour.
I don't want to show everything because I want people to come visit.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Just show the important.
Yeah, the important
things.
stuff. Yeah.
I think the most important thing in this museum is this picture.
Is that you?
That's me.
Okay.
That's a Checkpoint Charlie on the Berlin Wall.
Oh, this
I served there
Frank on the Berlin Wall.
When they built it. I was there.
Okay, very good.
Stubby, the most famous war dog in the world.
Stubby the war dog?
Yeah.
That was in World War I, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we have more on him out there.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful collage of the victory parade after World War I in the 102nd Infantry in New Haven.
Yep. Cool. Okay, I like that.
This room is dedicated to Laurie Grenfell. She was on my staff. Unfortunately, she passed away, and we wanted to do something for her. Yeah. So we set this room up. This room is all female, all uniforms. And one thing you will see when you go through this museum is a lot of posters.
Yeah.
And all the posters are authentic.
Oh, I like that one. That's a nice poster right there. Yeah.
I'll explain this one. This is an Army Air Corps platoon sergeant.
Okay.
We didn't have an Air Force until 1946.
Right.
So this is Air Corps, which belongs to the Army.
I gotcha.
This is one worth pointing out. This is
looks medical.
British air nurse.
British air nurse.
She would fly on the transports bringing the wounded back from Europe to England. That's very rare uniform.
Yeah. So these are all original uniforms.
They're all original, yes.
This is a little more modern.
Yes, this was Desert Storm type
Desert Storm type uniform,
This is a very, very early Second World War nurses uniform,
okay. Yeah.
Army.
Yeah. Okay, now we'll go out into the museum. This was just the entryway here.
Right.
Where you can make a donation if you wish. I don't know what the donation requested amount is, but
we don't request an amount.
Don't request a donation? Okay, but it's good to give a donation.
We have a
worthy
donation
cause.
box.
Yep.
We survive on donations and grants.
And grants.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
This is a replica of the 1st Continental Army uniform. It's not quite perfect. It's a Washington wore one a little different.
Yep.
But this is worn by Landcraft Fife and Drum Corps out of North Haven.
Oh, okay.
I was drum major there for 20 years.
Really?
Oh, yes. Very quickly going through here, we have Revolution, of course, and the second company governor's foot guard uniform.
Yep.
The first commander of the second company governor's foot guard was Benedict Arnold. And he was a captain.
Yes.
And when the revolution started in Lexington, he took his troops out of New Haven and marched to Lexington. And they were the first rebels to have uniforms in the Revolutionary War.
You know, my sister Bev was in the second company governor foot guards.
Oh, yeah?
For years. And here's the uniforms for it. I guess she wore the uniforms. I think she was in parades and such.
Mm-hmm. Moving on.
Okay, more stuff here. I like those. Ooh, look at those swords. Cool. All right, moving on. All right.
Down to the Civil War.
Okay, now we're in the Civil War.
This was one man's uniform, Yankee soldier. Not his uniform, his equipment.
Equipment. This is the Civil War now. We're into the Civil War era.
Yes.
The previous stuff was Revolution.
Yeah.
And up to.
This is the most interesting item. It's a grave marker from a soldier that fought in the War of 1812.
Wow.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
This is an extremely rare corporal's frock coat, Yankee corporal's frock coat. And the reason is they weren't paid very much when they were in the Army.
Yeah.
So they wore them out. When they're out of the Army, they wore them till there was nothing left of them.
Right.
And that's the reason that this is so rare.
So rare, yeah.
Yeah. We have a fine collection of swords and sabers.
Yeah,
And,
do a little look through this here. Of course, it'd be nice if anybody can come to visit here. So we're not going to be able to show everything. It's a big museum, but there's a lot to see.
We started this museum almost from scratch.
Really?
And everything in here.
Now, how long ago was it started?
12 years. Well, we started here 12 years ago.
Oh, really?
But there was a small museum in the Gulf Street Armory.
Yes.
And Frank Carano was the curator of it.
Oh, God bless his soul. I know he passed away a couple of years ago.
Yes, he did.
COVID.
COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was actually the founder of this museum. So so that was the seed to start.
Yeah. I knew him at the Veterans Center. I used to be into go to meetings with him.
Oh, okay.
He was a very funny guy.
He was. He was. He was a great man.
I miss him.
All kinds of military memorabilia. If I start explaining it, I'll be here all day.
No, well, we don't want to do that. We want people coming. You can do a tour with Frank here. If you come on your own, or come with a family, or come with a group, you can do a little tour here if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're very open and free to helping people.
Absolutely.
Showing people.
We like you to call ahead when you're going to come with a group.
Okay, and you can call ahead if you can come with a group.
Admiral Foot Camp Post number 17. This was the Sons of the Veterans, and they were called the GAR.
Yeah.
They were the forerunner of the VFW.
Oh, okay.
And when the last one died out, a lot of that stuff they had came
Sons
here.
of Veterans. Okay. Amazing.
This drum was used in the Civil War.
Yeah.
And this drum, we believe, was used in the Civil War. That was made by Eli Brown in 1923.
Yeah, the Fife and Drum Corps had to use drums that look like that.
Right, the snare,
I remember
snare
seeing
drums.
that. Snare drums, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, old-fashioned type snare drums. Yeah,
They got smaller. During the Civil War, the drums got smaller and smaller because they didn't have the material to make the deep drums.
Plus, maybe they had to run faster, too, during the war.
Yeah.
Don't carry such a heavy drum, buddy.
They are a pain in the neck. I mean, those drums are not light.
Especially if you're walking up there in the middle of a battle.
Yeah.
You don't want anything too heavy. The rifles were heavy enough back then.
Well, you'll know it.
All right, yeah, so.
Now we're getting into the First World War.
Oh, okay, First World War. Oh.
And we have two.
Oh, that's a 45 caliber revolver.
I think it was a 38, was it?
No, it says 45. Yeah,
The reason they went.
Of course, yeah. That's the reason they went.
The reason they switched, the Army switched from a 38 to a 45 was because when we took the Philippines, the Muros was a tribe of very large, heavy
and 38s weren't enough to take them down.
38 couldn't take them down.
Oh, okay.
They'd get all hopped up on whatever they were smoking,
yeah.
and you couldn't stop them with a 38.
Oh, why?
The 45 would stop them.
Oh.
So they went to the automatic at that point. So.
Well, those people are friends of ours now, so
Yeah.
they're on our side.
This was one man's collection and his own collection. There's a Medal of Honor on the top one there.
Yeah, wow. Okay, let's not show too much here. We got to have these people come visit.
I'm trying to. This was one man's collection.
Okay, this looks like World War One.
Yeah.
You see those hats?
World War One uniforms. Like I said before, the posters in this museum are everywhere. They're all original.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
We had somebody give us a pile of them like this, of original posters.
Okay. They're priceless.
They are, some of them.
Yeah. Yeah. They're all original posters. It's fantastic.
All original.
Yeah. Now this looks like it's Navy uniform.
That's Navy. That would be. This is a tribute to Admiral Foote.
Admiral Foote. Okay.
Admiral Foote was in charge of the ironclads that cleared the Mississippi.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. And that's a picture of Admiral Foote there?
That's him right there. Admiral. And he's from New Haven.
He's from New Haven.
Yeah.
So those were the monitors, right? They had the monitors and they had the Merrimacs, the ironclads.
Yeah.
At least at the start. I mean, they might have had different ones afterward.
At that time, the Navy was
well,
part of the Army.
that was the Civil War again, but now we're back to World War One.
Now we're back to World War One.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite things is trench art.
Yeah.
The GIs.
They scratch the stuff onto there.
Yeah, something to do. They reshape an empty shell or what have you. And this collection is phenomenal.
Yeah.
These are all First World War.
Oh, uniform, yeah.
And this is the Yankee Division, and this is the 4 regiments.
Yeah. Wow. Looks like a real cannon there, huh?
That is a First World War 75 millimeter French
75 millimeter
howitzer.
French howitzer. Did we use those or just the French? I don't know.
All the Allies used them.
All the Allies
used them
used.
extensively.
Yep, yep.
And this belongs to Yale, but we have it on a 100-year loan.
Yeah. We had howitzers in Vietnam. What are they? I think they're maybe 105s?
105s.
Yeah, a little bit bigger. And
Yeah, it was
look
a
little
big one,
different.
Yeah. This is a
it's back
water-cooled machine gun.
Okay, it's World War II.
This was used at the very end of the First World War, right up until the end of Korea.
Ah, okay.
If you saw the Band of Brothers,
Yes, I did.
this is a complete
Little Angie. Oh, wait a second. Band of Brothers.
outfit.
Okay, from World War II.
Yeah,
The Band of Brothers would have worn these.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I get the school kids here,
Yeah.
and I tell them that this big parachute in back would be strapped to his back.
Yep.
And he had a spare parachute that was
That's a spare?
Yes.
That's big enough. Well, that's the big one way back there.
right.
Okay.
So if the big one didn't open,
You guys are going to have to come to watch and visit all this stuff. I can't just show it all. It's amazing. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
if it doesn't open, this is
Yeah.
what I tell the kids: you use a backup.
Yep.
And invariably, one of the kids will say, "What if that doesn't open?" I say, "They bring it back, they get a new one." British.
Okay, this British uniforms and such.
Italian.
This is all on the glass, so if you see reflections, I'm sorry about that. You have to just come and look at this stuff.
Italian,
Yep, Italian.
Japanese.
Oh, okay. So Italian, Japanese at the time we
They were
fought them.
allied.
They were not allies at the time.
Also Japanese. I can explain all this stuff, but it would take
Well,
too long.
take too long, yeah. But
We're into
interesting flag.
Germany. This is Nazi Germany. This is all German.
Yep.
This is the famous German Luger.
Famous German Luger, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I recognize that.
I think everybody would recognize that.
I guess in the trenches in between
Between battles. They'd
battles,
sit
they
there for
didn't have much to
days.
do, yeah. Hurry up and wait.
Yeah,
That's what we used to say.
yeah. And this is a panorama that a gentleman makes for us. I tell him what I want, he makes it. And this is this would be the German side, this would be the Allied side,
the
and
Allied
this would
side.
be no man's land.
This is no man's land,
It's a beautiful thing.
and this is the German side. I had a friend in the Korean War, this guy Lou, I don't want to give his last name, but he sort of got stuck in a no man's land between our side and the Korean side for a little bit. He tells the story in such a funny way, though.
That's bad.
I wish you were here to talk about it. I know it was bad news at the time, but he jokes about it now. Okay, so this is other stuff. Wow, look at this. Wow.
And this is what we call this tchotchke.
Tchotchke, yeah. What caliber is that?
I think that's 20 millimeter.
20 millimeter. Ooh, don't touch. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Back down. Okay. This is all World War I stuff.
This is a wonderful collection.
Oh, it's okay. Somebody donated all these
A whole
toy
collection
soldiers. I don't know if you call them toy soldiers.
with the cabinets.
Yeah, with the cabinets. He donated them to the center here, the museum. It's
And there's
amazing.
complete armies here
Yeah.
with the bands and everything. I mean, it's just
This is definitely just worth seeing right there.
absolutely.
So late at night, you guys have a couple beers and start fighting it out. I got the American side this time. You can take the Germans.
It's a wonderful collection, you know. And then they even have bands.
Oh yeah, look at that. Wow, there's a British flag right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, there are all kinds. Wow.
it's amazing.
And the planes, you have quite a collection of planes. These are the World War I
Right.
biplanes, the German triplanes. You know,
Right. They
the
all-
Red Baron, I guess,
They all
flew that
came
one.
with this collection.
They all came with this collection. Wow, it's amazing. Yeah, look at all these planes, all kinds of planes. Kids would love to see these planes. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, we would get the planes and we'd paint them and we'd put them together and glue them together and paint them and everything. That was great.
And we used to cover them. We used to light them on fire and fly.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember doing that, but maybe when they got a little old.
Okay, we went through there.
And Dad, something happened to my plane. Can I get a new one?
Well, they only cost a dime, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're made of balsam. And you
Yeah.
throw a little lighter fluid on in the match.
Yeah.
And you wind it up because it had a long elastic. And
Right,
you
I
wind
remember
the
those.
propeller,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Set it on fire and watch it go.
These days, you put a battery in them and they go by themselves, you know?
Yeah. Now this is a different collection from a different gentleman.
Wow, okay.
And it includes
I've
this
never
here
seen
stuff.
so many collections of these.
I never have either. These they just
it's
keep
amazing.
coming in.
Yeah. Wow. You guys, wow, look at that. These look like almost ceramic. What are they?
No, they're
No, wood or
they're a composite.
Composite.
These heavy ones are a composite.
the metal? Yeah.
And you know, when I was a
Oh, even
kid,
paper made out of, was it paper? Plastic?
Yeah.
Looks like paper.
used to
Wow.
buy them in sets when I was a kid for
Really?
a dime.
Oh, I remember that. Oh.
This,
Well, that's when you were a kid.
I'm 80 years old. This airplane is extremely rare.
Okay, yeah, Army.
And then we have mini.
Army
mini
Air Corps, right?
we have mini ones.
Oh, okay, hey, look at those. A collection. Wow, look at that. Oh, okay. I don't think the America fought in that war.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So some of our ancestors may have, way back in the
Let's go.
mist of history.
Yeah, that's more tchotchke.
Yeah, more tchotchke. Okay.
In the Gulf Street Armory.
Okay.
We moved it board by board.
Wow.
And
Oh, okay.
my
Yeah,
claim
look
to
at this.
fame is I refinished all the wood in here.
Oh, the wood. Did you really?
Yeah, I did. That's how I got involved.
There's a lot of wood.
Oh yeah, but this was fun to redo.
Yeah. Now take a look at this here.
This
This
is
is the
all the
room that came from the
memorabilia.
Gulf Street Armory. Gulf Street is in in New Haven.
This room is all the memorabilia from the New Haven Greys, which was a militia outfit
Okay.
organized in 1816
Really?
because they had nobody around here.
Right. Yeah.
So they organized. They went into the Civil War, and
And they fought in the Civil War.
they fought in the Civil War, and then they were absorbed into the 102nd Infantry.
Infantry.
In the First World War.
In the First World War. Oh,
The New
wow.
Haven Greys, there's still a few people keeping it alive.
Yes.
And I'm one of them.
Okay.
There's
Very good.
only, it's a shame to see it just die out,
Yes.
you know.
You need some young guys to join up, huh?
Yeah, but you can't, you know.
Hear that, Afghan war veterans, Iraq war veterans? You have nothing to do? Join up with the Greys.
And join here also.
And join here also. Very worthy cause, huh? You have to keep our history going.
I feel it's very important, the history. It's just,
Yeah.
you know, if you lose your history, you have no future
Right.
because it's going to repeat itself.
Yeah.
And it just, you have to have history. People come in here, they know nothing.
Yeah.
You know, oh, we had a war then?
Right.
I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't really that
And
bad.
I'll tell you, even if your family, even like recent immigrants, your family came here after the Revolution or after the Civil War, it's still part of our history. Like
Yes.
my family came over on both sides around the early 1900s, you know?
Yeah.
Being American, this is part of my history. My family wasn't here during the Civil War, but actually my niece's family was here during the Civil War. In fact, she belongs to the DAR, Daughters of the American Revolution.
Wonderful.
So you get a lot of mix of people. So I actually have family who've been here in that sense. They've been here since the Revolution.
Wow.
Look at it that way,
Yeah.
and you get a lot of that.
Yeah. This is a New Haven Graves uniform, very much like West Point.
Okay, yeah, it does look like West Point. Yeah, cool.
And
All right.
if we come into here, it was used in
Oh,
Vietnam,
Jeep. Okay.
Vietnam era.
Yeah.
You can't kill one of these things.
No. Yeah.
They go anywhere, anytime. Now the city of West Haven's having a bicentennial this year.
Yep.
So our efforts are to find as many West Haven veterans, past or present,
Yeah.
that have served.
Yeah.
Well, veterans.
And
served,
get them involved in the bicentennial.
putting this wall together.
Okay, this is the wall of West Haven veterans of all the whatever wars and whatever branch of service they
Yep.
were in. Wow, look at this. Okay,
And we're still looking for
the
more.
veterans. Yep. I'll put the word out.
Let's take a look at this.
Oh, well, look at this here, a little recoilless rifle. We had those in Vietnam too.
The one, that's a 105.
So 105. I think we had
Oh, 70,
75.
75.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
sorry.
we had. We had 75.
Yeah.
So
This
I
is
saw
a-
him shot a few times. You didn't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
get behind him.
No, there's a picture of it there. We get behind it, see what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a German pilot. Would have fought in Europe.
Yeah.
Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese. I recognize the
Marine.
style of the helmet.
He's a Marine.
Okay.
Now notice the height of him, because
Yeah.
I'm going to show you something later. And look at the amount of equipment he had. Almost nothing. He lived off the land.
Yeah.
This is a German parachutist from would be Egypt, that area.
Okay. Yep. Desert uniform
Mhm.
back then, huh?
And this is a Wehrmacht soldier.
Okay. A regular German soldier. Yeah.
Yep. 81 millimeter mortar.
Oh, I know that one. I was a radio operator in Vietnam with 81s.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
I was field wire.
Were you?
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, we had guys. You know, we actually humped these in the in the boondocks there on operations. Like these guys, one would carry the what do you call it? The
base
base.
plate, yeah.
Another would carry the tube. Another would carry the part of the
Stand.
tripod there, the stand, and then they would carry ammunition too. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy carrying those into the field. But what are you gonna do? You know, we did it a few times. Okay, now this here,
Desert Storm.
Desert Storm. Okay, yep. Where they had different mix of uniforms, huh? That's green and then desert.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is Army Air Corps.
Okay, so this is way back in World War
This stuff
II.
is- Yep. This stuff is original.
Yeah. Wow.
And the headgear
Yeah.
is like brand new. It's
Yeah.
just amazing. There's more of it.
It's all original. It's amazing. And of course, more posters. They have posters all over the place.
all over the place.
All original posters and such. Wow. Oh, okay. So yeah, there's a flag. But okay.
I like this one, this poster.
Fastest blades on Earth. Beware of the propellers. Oh yeah, I guess so.
This helmet's got a big dent in it,
Yeah.
and they claim the guy that wore that had a headache for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Navy, and of course you recognize that.
Oh, the photograph. Yeah.
And this is a 3-inch deck gun off of an American gunboat.
Wow. It was all World War II. I don't think they used those after.
Yeah, World War II.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that with the uniforms, of course. Now, the uniform on the left doesn't look like an American. Oh, it's German uniform on the
That's
left. I would say, yeah.
Kriegsmarine.
Kriegsmarine,
Yeah.
the German, and on the right would be an American
Yes.
sailor. Okay.
30 caliber Browning.
Okay.
That's an air-cooled machine gun, so
Air-cooled.
that took only a two-man crew.
Right. Yeah, I guess they didn't use those after World War II. Or maybe in Korea, I don't know.
Yeah,
Any Korean War veterans? Yeah, I don't think we used those in
Oh,
Vietnam.
yeah.
Oh, this looks like an M14.
This is an M14.
Okay.
But it's
A little
the only-
stylized.
It's the only one that Winchester ever completely nickel-plated.
Really?
And it
Wow.
was given to the gentleman that designed the breech
Yeah.
at his retirement.
Really?
And it's the only one in the world.
Wow. I'd say it's kind of a fancy M14.
And there's a camera on this 24 hours a day.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's a
Well, the
very-
ones we carried in boot camp were not nickel plated. I actually had some friends who were in Vietnam early in the war, and they carried these M14s in the bush.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think those are pretty
Yeah.
heavy, but
Yeah.
yeah, by the time I got there, we had M16s.
This is another, I don't know why all this stuff is on here.
Okay.
It's a Brownwater Navy.
Yep.
And this is a repair depot.
Yeah.
And the same gentleman made this, has made all the others around here.
In other words, it was what they call now the riverine, the guys on the riverboat, the rivers and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. And this, you're gonna recognize all of this if you were in Vietnam.
Sentry dog handler? No, I don't think I saw that. But yeah, oh yeah. Got the bayonet.
This is the M14 here.
I don't think he had a machete over there. But
This is the regular M14.
regular M14, yeah. Look at all that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the good old F4 Phantom and those other planes. I think I was at the 105. I think we saw one like a
Of course,
105 one
overhead
time.
throughout the whole museum, you'll find
Uniforms.
more uniforms.
More
yes.
uniforms, yeah. Those tiger stripes.
And this is
U.S. Army. C-130, it looks like. Yep. CH-53. I hear the CH-53, the Sikorsky just came out with a CH-53K. And they warned people, it's in the newspaper, they warned people, these are big and you might hear them. Don't be worried about it if you see it flying overhead. I flew in one of those one time in Vietnam. I was going from An Hoa, where I was based at that point, to Da Nang, and I caught a ride on a 53.
wow.
It was an old 53. But like I said to my sister, I was in the back with the cargo. I wasn't riding up front with the pilot or anything like that. Okay, this
This
here.
is a chief warrant officer's uniform.
Oh, okay.
This is what I would have worn in the foot guard.
Okay. Oh, the foot guard is for the foot guard?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we had all the uniforms that the National Guard had.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. This is an extremely rare jacket because of the condition it's in.
Yes.
Second World War. This is the inside.
Oh,
of
this
it.
would be a Army Air Corps jacket.
Army Air Corps, yeah.
And the guy put the patch on himself, or was that an official patch?
That was official.
That was official, really?
Very rare.
Yeah. Wow.
As far as I know, it's official.
The Flying Tigers.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in China. They're the Flying Tigers in
Yeah.
China. Oh, yeah. And you got one of the original jackets.
Yep.
Wow. It is rare. Wow.
This is Lieutenant Gambardella. He was from Brantford.
Okay.
And he was shot down twice. The second time he was shot down,
Yeah.
he saved his parachute.
Yeah.
And when he got married, his wife made a wedding dress out of it.
Oh, I was wondering what this was doing here. So this wedding dress was made from the parachute of
It saved his life.
Sage's wife. Wow. That was his uniform. That's his uniform.
Yep.
Nice dress.
Yeah, beautiful.
Wow.
And we only got that a couple years, well, I don't know, 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
And his wife was still alive then.
Yes.
She was so happy to see it on display.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, I'm impressed.
Stubby, the most famous war
Stubby.
dog in the world. I told you earlier.
Looks like an original painting.
That is the only painting
Oh, Stubby.
oil painting of Stubby in the world.
Wow.
This is the one Yale refurbished for us.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
it was picking apart.
Yeah.
And they took it and they refurbished it, and it looks like it was made yesterday.
Yes.
There's a long story to go with Stubby,
does.
but he is the most famous
Stubby the War Dog. I've
in
heard
the
of him.
world.
Yeah.
We have
He was like a staff sergeant or gunny sergeant at the end or something. I think
he was a sergeant.
He's some kind of sergeant.
Yeah, he was a buck sergeant. I guess he wears 3 stripes there. This is how you see him in the Smithsonian Museum.
Okay. Wow. Amazing.
And when you come here, I'll tell you the story.
Yeah. Say that again. When you come here, I'll tell you the story.
When you come here, I'll tell you the story about
Stubby the War Dog.
We also have books on him for sale.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Cool. I hope you enjoyed this trip to the West Haven Veterans Museum. Here is the website and the office phone where you can call the museum during visiting hours for information and to book a group tour of the museum. Thank you. Enjoy.